first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this into my USB port on my camera. On my computer. So then what pops up is this little thing that has two folders. The miscellaneous folder, ignore. You're never going to use that. The folder that says DCIM stands for Digital Camera Image something. And that is Canon's way of saying this is where the photos are. So if you double click on that folder, you'll see that a bunch of other folders come along. Again, ignore the miscellaneous one. The folders that have numbers on them are, each time you grab the camera and go out and shoot, the Canon cameras make a new folder with a new number on it. And so you might shoot yesterday and it has one folder, and today it'll have a different folder. But there are pictures in each one. If you the last one that you shot will be the bottom. The closest to the bottom will be the last one that you shot. So if you double click on that, then all these image files come up. Now this is a list. Up here in the upper right hand corner of your screen, you see this little drop down menu. This is your viewing menu. And this is a critical thing to fix and use it this way. People do a lot of things differently, but this is the easiest way to do this. Come up to where it says large icons. Then you'll see that you see thumbnails all the way along here. All of your pictures are on thumbnails now. There are other things you can do with it, of course. You can see extra large ones, but it's not as easy to see what you have there. You can do that too. Medium ones are just a little bit too small, and then the small ones are just the little icons that look like that. You can have a list like this, and details will give you when you took it and all that stuff, what kind of file it is, and then the tiles. So what you really want to use is the large icon viewer, because then you have this perfect thumbnail size to look at and see what pictures you want to move. So you can come on, you can move them up and down. Of course, now there's a lot of pictures in this because somebody used it, and a few kids did. So what you want to do is you want to pick and choose which ones you're going to move into your S drive. So you want to go to Computer. You want to go to the S drive. Remember that you have the home drive and the S drive. You want to make sure you are saving it in your S drive. Click on your S drive, the student share drive, photo. You want to click on the folder that says photo. And then your name will be the only one that pops up. I have access to all your names, but of course your folder will be the only one that pops up. So let's do Ella's again. Okay? So I'm going to put this in Ella's for today. So I double clicked on her name, and then I'm going to make a folder. Remember, right click, hover over new, go to folder. I'm going to call it Campus Life. And then I'm going to double click on that folder and open it. So that folder is now open, and now it's like a filing cabinet. That folder is ready for me to put stuff in it. And so what I'm going to do is move some of these photos into here that I took, only the ones I took. So now you have these two windows open. All you're going to do is click and drag the photos in. Do not copy and paste. Do not cut and paste. Click and drag them in. For several reasons. It's faster, and it only makes a copy when it drags it. It does not delete your original. So your original is there in case you make a mistake. So the way that you pick, like let's say you took a bunch of pictures like that are here. The way that you click individual shots, you can just click one and drag it in here. And there it is. It's going to be there now. Okay? So now I have that picture in there. You see that the original is still here. It just made a copy when I moved it into the other folder. Now, you can click and drag several of them by holding down the control key and then left mouse clicking on different photos. And you can click as many as you want, and then when you're done clicking them all, let go of the control key and then pick one of them to drag in, and it will drag all of them in there that you clicked on. And now it's going to say to me, you already have this one in here, and I'm going to say, no, I don't want it. Okay, so don't copy that one. So there they all are. Now, this is a really important little technique to learn because it applies to almost every computer program. If you want to grab more than one and move it or do anything with it, if you hold the control key down and you click and drag, click certain pictures, just click click, 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 click until they're highlighted. Then let go of the control key, then grab the highlighted, any one of the highlighted ones. It will take all of those and move them into I still have the originals checked. Okay, so it moves them into there. Now, if you want to click a bunch of them in a row, so let's say you know that you took from this one all the way to the end here. You click on the first one until you see it's highlighted, it's blue. And you hold the Shift key down and then click on the last one in the row that you want to move. And you see it highlighted everything in a row on there, one after another. Once you've done that, let go of the Shift key, click anywhere in that row and move them in, and it'll move that whole entire row into your S drive. Again, if you want to move a row of photos, because you know you took from this one to this one, you click on the first one, then you hold the Shift key down and you click on the last one in the row. You'll see that then they're all highlighted. Once they're all highlighted, you let go of the Shift key, click and drag any one of those highlighted ones, and it will grab them all and move them into your folder. So now, once they're in your folder, always, even if you know that you don't really like a picture, you're not sure you're going to use it, click and drag it into your folder. Because once it's in there, it's yours, and you can delete and do whatever you want with it then. But you want to err on the side of putting more in there than you might need, okay? Because you can edit later. Don't edit on that, unless you edited while you shot. By that I mean deleted while you were shooting. You just want to grab all the ones you took and put them in your S drive really quickly. Because once they're in there, then somebody else in your group can use your partner can use the card to upload their photos. Because once they're in this drive, they're saved. There's nothing else you have to do now. They are automatically all saved in your S drive. So if we go back here to Ella, to her name, here's Ella's name. Here's the folder that says Campus Life. I double click on that, and here are all the pictures that she took. Now, inside here, I can create another folder, and then I can say, use these for poster, or maybe just for poster, doesn't matter, okay? Then I can go through and look at them, and then I can say, maybe I'll make them a little larger, and I can say, which ones do I really like? Okay, I think this one's kind of cool. And the other thing is, that's another way to, when we talk about viewing these, if you just double click on them, it will open in a viewer. And you can also come in the viewer then, and then move them so that they're all vertical and all oriented the same way. And you can go through and you can check them. You can say, okay, these are the ones that I want to look at, and then I can say, I don't think any of these are that great, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to delete those. So I'm going to click, again, hold the control key down, I'm going to click or shift, whatever works, whatever, if it's in a row or not, and I'm going to delete those. And I'm just going to hit the delete button once all those are there, and it's going to say, are you sure you want to permanently delete these? Yes. So now those are gone. So that's a way to keep your S drive clean with stuff you don't need. So if you know for sure that the picture is no good or blurry or you're not going to use it, delete it. Don't leave it in there. It also clutters up the S drive and takes up memory space, which we don't want. But let's say I really like this shot. And I go, oh, that's really cool. So I'm going to click that, and I'm just going to click and drag it in to here. Now, once you've done that, when you have a folder open within another folder, it entirely moves it in there. It doesn't make a copy this way. Doesn't make a copy this way because the folder's inside of another folder, so it clicks and moves it in there. So just click and drag, and I can say, okay, I think this one will be cool. I'm going to click and drag that one in. And then this one, and click and drag that one in. So now when I open this folder, here's the photos that I know that I want to use on my poster. So it's a way to keep things a little bit more organized. Now, once I have the pictures that I want to use for my poster, We can also rename them. You can rename any picture. If I right-click on the picture, I come down to rename. Right-click on any picture and go to rename. And then don't unhighlight it, just leave what the computer highlights automatically, and I can just type in I. And there it is. So there is the,
Thank you. Thank you.
Kylie, it's for you. Pal's at 8:10, but wait until I get done with this demo, okay? All right, so you can rename them. We are going to be renaming our files. Now, the key to renaming anything. Anybody know what the key to renaming a file is? What can't you use? No? Yeah, don't change the file type, the JPEG. Leave that. Nick? Don't you? Well, you can. You actually can. That's not a critical thing. The main thing you can't do is do not put a period in there. Never, 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 never put a period in there. Because then the computer thinks whatever's after that period is the file type, and it won't open. So never put a period in a file name. Never put a period in a file name. You can put spaces. It works okay. But usually keep it short and kind of sweet so you know what you're doing. Okay? So everybody is going to be doing this today. You're going to be uploading your pictures into the computer. You're going to be dragging them into the folder in your S drive that says Campus Life. And that's it. Once they're in there, they're in there. And everybody in your group is going to have to do that. Questions on all that?